Help! Help! Help me! Help!
In the chilling darkness, where the urban sprawl meets the wild jungle, stands an eerie house, a house of ghostly whispers and spectral shadows. This is no ordinary dwelling. It is a place where the living and the dead intertwine, where the whispers of the unseen echo through the night. Strange sightings, inexplicable sounds, a presence that chills the spine, all a part of the haunted tapestry of this house nestled against the untamed wilderness. Tonight, we delve into the haunted mystery that is the house next to the jungle. The ghost of the house is not just a spectre, it has a story, a tale of chilling woe and tragedy. This ghost was once a man, a simple man, who lived in the house next to the jungle. His name was Alfred. He was a humble woodcutter, living a solitary life, his only companions being the trees of the jungle and the silent whispers of the wind. One fateful day, Alfred's life took a tragic turn. A monstrous storm swept through the jungle, the likes of which had not been seen in decades. The wind howled like a beast, the rain lashed like whips, and the jungle trembled in fear. Alfred sought refuge in his house, but the storm was relentless, and a massive tree fell, crushing him under its weight. Alfred's life was abruptly extinguished, his voice silenced forever. His spirit, however, could not find rest. Torn from life in such a violent manner, he was trapped between the realms of the living and the dead, bound to the place of his untimely demise. His once peaceful home had become his prison, his sanctuary turned into his tomb. Alfred's spirit transformed into the ghost we know today. His anguish and despair echoed through the house, seeping into every corner, every nook and cranny. His presence was felt in the cold draughts that swept through the rooms, in the eerie silence that filled the air, in the unnerving shadows that danced on the walls. At night his spectral figure could be seen wandering aimlessly, forever trapped in his tragic past. His mournful cries echoed through the halls, a chilling reminder of his fate. The once humble woodcutter was now a spectre of fear, a ghostly figure that haunted the house next to the jungle. Bound by its tragic past, the ghost continues to haunt the house, instilling fear and dread in those who dare to enter. The ghost does not rest, and its haunting is a terrifying spectacle that few have lived to tell. In the dead silence of the night, the ethereal occupant of the house stirs. Its presence is an icy whisper against your skin, a shadowy figure in the corner of your eye, a chilling echo in the hollows of the house. The ghost, a spectral entity tethered to this world by its unresolved past, is far from a silent watcher. Instead, it actively seeks to instill fear and dread into the hearts of those who dare to tread its domain. The experiences of those who have encountered this ghost are as varied as they are horrifying. Some speak of a sudden drop in temperature, of the sensation of unseen eyes watching them, of soft murmurs in the stillness of the night, while others recount tales of objects moving of their own accord, of doors slamming shut, of lights flickering without reason. One particular account stands out. A man, alone in the house, claimed to have seen the ghost itself. He described it as a shapeless form, a dark silhouette that seemed to absorb all light. He said it moved with an otherworldly grace, its figure flickering like an old film reel. Its eyes, he said, were the most terrifying part, two glowing orbs that seemed to pierce his very soul. The man was found the next morning, white as a sheet, trembling with fear. Such chilling incidents are not uncommon in the house. They serve as a stark reminder of the ghost's tragic past, its untimely demise, and the unresolved anguish that keeps it tethered to our world. The ghost, it seems, is not just a passive occupant of the house, but an active participant in its haunting, a relentless tormentor that draws pleasure from the fear it instills in the living. The haunting is a chilling reminder of the ghost's tragic past and its unresolved anguish. Facing a ghost is no small feat, but understanding its story can be a key to dealing with its haunting. Ghosts, as we know them, are often trapped in a loop of unresolved issues from their past lives. Their actions, however eerie, are their attempts to communicate, to tell their untold stories. So the first step in dealing with a ghost is to listen, to understand its story. Empathy, though it might seem odd in this context, plays a crucial role. Imagine being stuck in a time warp, unable to move on, unable to communicate. Frustrating, isn't it? That's what a ghost experiences. Empathizing with the ghost can help us understand its actions better. Communication is another key. It doesn't have to be a two-way conversation like in the movies. It can be as simple as acknowledging its presence or its story. This acknowledgement could provide the ghost with the validation it needs to move on. But what if empathy and communication don't work? What if the ghost remains, its actions escalating, its presence threatening? That's when professional help comes into play. There are individuals and groups out there who specialize in dealing with the paranormal. They have the knowledge and the tools to handle such situations. Don't hesitate to reach out to them if the need arises. Remember, dealing with a ghost is not about banishing it with anger or fear. It's about understanding its story, empathizing with its plight, communicating with it, and if necessary, seeking professional help. Remember, a ghost is often a lost soul in search of resolution. Understanding its story may be the first step in helping it find peace. Creating a ghost story can be a thrilling experience, and with a few key tips, as the one you just heard. Let's dive right into it. First and foremost, the setting. An eerie, atmospheric backdrop is paramount to any spine-chilling narrative. It could be a dilapidated mansion, a foggy graveyard, or, like our story, a house nestled next to a dense, dark jungle. The setting, my friends, is your first character, and it should be as carefully crafted and detailed as any protagonist or phantom. Speaking of which, let's move to character development. Your ghost needs a story, a reason for being. Perhaps it's a vengeful spirit, wronged in life, seeking justice in death, or maybe it's a lost soul, trapped between worlds, yearning for release. Whatever it is, make sure your ghost has depth and purpose. This will not only make your story more engaging, but it will also make it more terrifying. Now, on to the art of suspense. This, dear listeners, is where the magic happens. It's the slow creak of a floorboard, the fleeting shadow in the corner of your eye, the soft whisper in the dead of night. These subtle hints of the supernatural keep your audience hooked, their hearts pounding as they wait for the inevitable scare. And remember, less is often more. A hint of the ghost can be far more terrifying than seeing it outright. Let your audience's imagination do the work. After all, what we conjure in our minds can often be far scarier than anything we see with our eyes. Finally, don't forget the twist. A good ghost story always has a twist, something that makes the audience gasp, that flips everything they thought they knew on its head. It's the cherry on top of your ghostly narrative. With these tips, you're ready to create your own chilling ghost story that will leave your audience on the edge of their seats. As we leave the haunted house by the jungle, remember the chilling tale of its ghost. The once benign spirit turned malevolent, echoing its lament through the silent corridors, its icy presence a constant reminder of the eerie happenings within these walls. We've journeyed together through the ghost's tale, feeling the chill of its sorrow, the thrill of its hauntings. We've navigated the spectral disturbances, the nocturnal whispers, and the sudden temperature drops, all the while bearing witness to the ghost's enduring legacy. We've also explored the ways to deal with such a ghost, the importance of understanding its story and approaching it with respect and empathy. And remember, it's not just about surviving the scare, but also about learning from it, transforming it into a riveting tale of your own. And as we've shown in this video, creating your own ghost story is more than just a fun pastime. It's an art, a way of expressing our deepest fears and turning them into captivating narratives that keep our audience on the edge of their seats. But as we step away from the haunted house, a final chilling thought lingers. The ghost of the house by the jungle, there are countless other spirits out there, each with their own tale of sorrow and fear waiting to be told. Remember, every ghost has a story. Will you dare to uncover it?